Welcome to AI for GIs, Introduction to Artificial Intelligence. This is Class 11, Impact Levels and Security Classifications. Picture this. Your boss hands you a document and asks for a quick summary. The document looks routine. You open ChatGPT. Within seconds, you've committed a security violation that will trigger an investigation and jeopardize your clearance. Today, we examine the authorization framework that prevents this scenario. Impact levels IL2 through IL6. Controlled Unclassified Information in Daily Operations. FedRAMP requirements. And practical access to GenAI.mil and Ask Sage. By the end, you'll match data classification to authorized platforms, recognize CUI without formal markings, and request access without triggering violations. I'm Dr. T. Justin Webb. The question appears simple. Can I use the commercial ChatGPT for this task? The answer depends on impact levels. The DOOM classification system matching data sensitivity to platform security controls. Think of it this way. Every document has an impact level. Every AI platform has an authorization level. The two must match. Using IL2 platform authorization for IL4 data, that's a security violation regardless of intent. Here's what keeps me up at night. The DOOM documented 200-plus security incidents in fiscal year 23 involving commercial AI on CUI data. Those violations triggered formal reprimands, clearance suspensions, mandatory retraining, and UCMJ Article 92 actions. That 30 seconds you save using ChatGPT instead of GenAI.mil, it costs months when the audit catches you. Impact levels range from IL2 through IL6. Let me break down what each level means for you. IL2, public information. Commercial AI like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, all authorized. IL4, controlled unclassified information. Personnel rosters, training schedules. Commercial platforms under standard terms, not authorized. Claude through AWS GovCloud with FedRAMP High, authorized. IL5, mission-critical CUI, operational plans, unit status reports. GenAI.mil, Ask Sage, Palantir AIP operate here on NIPRNet. IL6, classified at secret level, intelligence assessments. Ask Sage provides IL6 access to Azure OpenAI and Claude on classified networks. Here's the bottom line. NIST requires categorization based on potential impact to operations, assets, and the nation. You cannot use convenience as selection criteria. Impact level determines which platforms you can legally use. Full stop. Let me show you how this works in practice with 3 real-world scenarios. Scenario 1. Your PAO asks you to draft a Facebook post for a public ceremony. All information approved for public release. IL2 data. ChatGPT authorized at IL2. Legal match. Scenario 2. Your NCO asks you to summarize a CUI-marked training plan showing unit availability patterns. IL4 CUI. ChatGPT operates at IL2. Security violation. Must use GenAI.mil or Ask Sage. Scenario 3. Intelligence analyst needs to analyze a classified threat report. IL6 data. Must use Ask Sage at IL6 accessing Azure OpenAI. 3 soldiers in the same office, 3 different documents, 3 different platforms. That's not confusion. That's proper authorization matching. Let's discuss what happens when you get this wrong. Here's the escalation path. As I mentioned before, there were 200-plus security incidents in year 23. These weren't hypothetical policy violations. Actual incidents where personnel exposed CUI to unauthorized commercial cloud infrastructure. First, investigation launches. Your chain of command gets notified. Security reviews your activity logs. Weeks, sometimes months. Second, administrative actions. Formal reprimands in your personnel file. Clearance suspended. Mandatory retraining. UCMJ Article 92 for willful policy violations. Third, career impact accumulates. Permanent record follows you through promotion boards. Months under investigation delay professional development. Clearance suspension disqualifies you from key positions. To put that in perspective, you save 30 seconds using ChatGPT. The investigation costs months of administrative burden. So what exactly is controlled unclassified information? The regulatory definition: unclassified information requiring safeguarding pursuant to law, regulation, or government-wide policy. Here's where it gets interesting. The CUI registry identifies 125 categories approved by NARA, not a short list. Personnel rosters, training schedules revealing readiness cycles, equipment inventories, budget documents, medical records under HIPAA, deployment timelines, investigation files. And here's what catches soldiers repeatedly. Documents lacking formal CUI markings may still contain CUI. A personnel roster generated before CUI marking protocols? Still CUI, because the Privacy Act protects that information combination. Legacy for official use only markings from pre-2010? Treat as CUI, requiring IL4 or higher. Information type determines classification, not the presence of a label. Let me show you the specific categories you encounter in daily operations. Personnel information, rosters with names, ranks, positions, phone numbers, leave requests with home addresses, medical appointment schedules. Privacy Act protections cover these combinations. Training calendars, exposing unit availability and readiness cycles. Adversaries exploit this for force protection targeting. Equipment inventories revealing quantities, locations, capabilities. Maintenance logs showing operational status. Procurement information with contractor proposals and bid evaluations under FAR 3.104 protections. Law enforcement sensitive information from investigations under 5 U.S.C. Section 552(b)(7). Here's the pattern. CUI identification requires understanding information types and legal protections, not just looking for banners. When in doubt, treat it as CUI. The inconvenience of using GenAI.mil beats the career impact of a violation. Understanding why commercial platforms lack CUI authorization requires examining 3 unique vulnerabilities. Training data extraction. Attackers recover information from the model's training corpus. Research demonstrates models can output memorized PII, proprietary code, and text encountered during training. Prompt injection attacks. Manipulate how the model interprets instructions, bypassing safety guardrails. Could cause disclosure of other users' queries or system operational details. Inadvertent disclosure. Models generate outputs revealing patterns about processed data, even when you attempt to sanitize. Here's why sanitization attempts fail. The combination of remaining details often reconstructs sensitive information. Selecting which details to sanitize requires security judgment most soldiers lack. The violation occurs when CUI touches an unauthorized system, regardless of your sanitization attempt. Use authorized platforms from the start. So, which platforms can you actually use? 4 primary options are authorized. GenAI.mil operates at IL5 on NIPRNet with full NIST SP 800-171 security requirements. Access via CAC through Army 365 portal. Ask Sage operates at IL5, IL6, and top secret for COCOMs, Joint Staff, and OSD teams. Model agnostic, Azure OpenAI, Claude, Google Models, open source options. Access at chat.genai.army.mil. Claude models approved for FedRAMP High and DWF IL45 through Amazon Bedrock in AWS GovCloud. Commercial alternative when units have GovCloud access. Palantir AIP at IL5 for units with existing contracts. Strategic principle. Determine if data is CUI before using any AI system. Use only DW authorized platforms regardless of convenience. Verify authorization through your S6. Let me give you the practical decision framework. Step 1. Categorize your data. Public equals IL2 commercial platforms. CUI on NIPRNet equals IL5 DAW platforms. CUI Commercial Cloud equals IL4/5 GovCloud. Classified Secret equals IL6 Ask Sage. Step 2. Identify authorized platforms at that impact level. The decision tree is a filter. Start with data classification, identify authorized platforms, select from that list. Never reverse the process. Step 3. Verify authorization. Check markings and content sensitivity. Consult decision tree or Unit S6. Document your basis. Step 4. Understand platform diversity as correct implementation. 3 soldiers processing 3 classification levels use 3 different platforms. That's proper risk management, not confusion. Understanding FedRAMP explains why some platforms are approved while similar platforms are not. DOE 8510.01 requires DOE systems with digital capabilities must receive valid authorization before operations. This includes AI platforms. FedRAMP High mandates 250 security controls. FedRAMP Plus adds DOE-specific controls and enhanced requirements. Where FedRAMP requires annual assessment, FedRAMP Plus may require quarterly with continuous monitoring. Mission owners must choose offerings with DOE PA at the impact level matching their data. Processing IL4 CUI need DOE TA at IL4+. Processing IL5 need PA at IL5+. Treat authorization as dynamic, not permanent. A platform authorized in January may lose authorization in March following a breach. Monitor the FedRAMP marketplace monthly. Let me detail authorization status for the 3 major platforms soldiers ask about. Claude models, approved for FedRAMP High and WOIL45 through Amazon Bedrock in AWS GovCloud. Highest cloud security certification for CUI. Critical distinction. Claude AI commercial website operates at IL2, cannot process CUI. Same models through AWS GovCloud meet CUI requirements. Deployment environment determines authorization. Google Gemini, FedRAMP High via Google Cloud Platform. Gemini.com commercial, IL2 only. GCP government deployment is IL45 CUI. Ask Sage, model agnostic at IL5, IL6, top secret. Single account provides multiple AI systems with appropriate controls for your classification level. The combination gives you flexible AI access while maintaining required security controls. Now that you understand authorization, let me walk you through actual access. GenAI.mil requires active DOW CAC with valid PKI certificates, NIPRNet workstation, completed cyber awareness challenge, unit approval where required. Why CAC authentication? PKI-based smart cards are the only phishing-resistant MFA approved for DOW use. That's why you can't create an account with email and password. Submit through Army 365 portal at army365.mil using CAC login. Select Generative AI Access Request. Provide name, rank, unit, position, mission justification. Timeline: 3 to 5 business days if complete and your unit is enrolled. Common failures: expired PKI certificates, unit not enrolled in program, NIPRNet connectivity issues, CAC pin lockout. Verify your CAC is current before starting the request process. Ask Sage follows a different pattern designed for rapid deployment to operational commands. The streamlined process. Available to COCOM's Joint Staff OSD teams through DoD CDAO partnership. Access at chat.genai.army.mil using organization-specific codes. Already have an account? Click your org's access link and log in. Tokens added automatically. No account? Click link and register. Tokens added immediately. Need additional support? Email support@asksage.ai with organization and mission requirements. Once authorized, multiple frontier models at IL5 for CUI and IL6 for classified work. The contrast with GenAI Mill is deliberate. GenAI Mill serves Enterprise Army with formal approval. Ask Sage serves operational commands with streamlined access for mission execution. Let's consolidate what you've learned. 5 critical capabilities to master. First, understand IL2, IL6 framework. Look at any document, determine impact level, identify authorized platforms. IL2 equals commercial. IL45 equals do authorize. IL6 classified networks. Second, identify CUI and operations. 125 NARA categories. Remember, CUI follows information type, not markings. Third, explain why commercial AI cannot process CUI. Training data extraction, prompt injection, inadvertent disclosure. MIST AI 600-1 vulnerabilities require NIST SP 800-171 security controls. Fourth, navigate FedRAMP framework. 250 controls for high authorization. FedRAMP Plus enhances for do authorized projects. Verify status through Marketplace and S6. Fifth, request access. GenAI.mil via Army 365. Ask Sage via chat.genai.army.mil. Security classification mapping enables AI deployment without compromising operational security. You now understand the authorization framework governing AI platform use. Impact levels define the bridge between classification and authorization. CUI encompasses 125 categories soldiers encounter daily. Commercial platforms cannot process CUI due to demonstrated vulnerabilities. FedRAMP processes ensure platforms meet requirements. GenAI.mil and Ask Sage provide accessible paths to authorized capabilities. The consequences are real. 200+ incidents, investigations, clearance suspensions, administrative actions, permanent records. 30 seconds saved costs months when audits catch you. Next class, data literacy for military leaders. Why data quality determines AI reliability. How garbage in equals garbage out. Why leaders must understand machine learning to make sound employment decisions. Stay connected. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. Visit the full course below. Next up is data literacy. I'm Dr. T. Justin Webb. Thanks for joining me for AI for GIs.